Good morning, it's Friday and I have a showing today. I've been up since 5, just sorting and cleaning and organizing the house, trying to make it look good, folding laundry, getting the dog ready. Yeah, it should be fine. It also means it's the day I get to go to therapy, and I'm excited because I really like talking to her. Ways in which my brain is broken. When I went for Froyo last night, I got an email from my wife just saying, hey, it's been 2 weeks since I sent you the Excel spreadsheet about dividing our personal property, and I thought about it for a bit, and then I emailed her back an hour later and I said, I've had to put work into it because your prices were all over the place. I was kinder than that. And then I said, hey, do you have the registration sticker for the car? If so, can you leave it in the mailbox tomorrow? And that's it. It was very matter of fact. I had to fight myself to not be friendly and not be like, hey, how are you? All the things that on some level I still feel and I'm practiced being expressive with. You know, you just leave that out and it's a very cold email, which feels super unnatural. And even just that interaction, even just emailing her like that. In the wee hours of the morning, I had a dream about her. So no, I had a dream about her, and I think my other ex this morning. Yeah, that's the way my brain's broken. Even a little bit of contact makes my brain fire and be like, ooh, let's think about her and dream about her, and it gets old. Good morning. Here are a couple things I have learned. One, it's a huge pain in the butt to live in a house that you're trying to sell because you constantly have to keep pulling it together and polishing it up and having it ready on a moment's notice. Number 2, there is no way to live in a house with a corgi and vacuum the night before for a showing the following day. Because I tried it. I vacuumed last night around 8, did the whole floor, did the carpets, did the hardwoods. Place looked great, and I thought, all right, I'm gonna leave the house by 7 tomorrow. Nope. There was a light dusting of corgi hair everywhere. Had to set the vacuum up and vacuum everything again. Corgis are amazing and I love her to death, but man, she sheds a lot. And then get to school on time so I can teach sandpaper. Not my favorite day of teaching. Not a bad day, but nobody wants to learn about sandpaper. Nobody really cares about different grits and selective carbides and all that. Nope. I try to make it interesting and quirky and talk about sanding off fingerprints and things that at least make it relatable or interesting. But at the end of the day, we're talking about sandpaper. What do you think? You like it? And we're done. And now I get to boogie over to therapy and see if I can get there in time, and time enough to change my clothes and not look like me. So yeah, I'll see you from the tripod. All right, bye. All right, today was good. Is teaching sanding fun? No, it's not fun. Nobody wants to learn about sandpaper, but we did it. I tried to move it along. I don't know. It's a hard thing. Sometimes just being a little dismissive of sandpaper as you teach it holds more attention than teaching it as this reverent thing that we have to know. Yeah, how was your day? I really miss asking somebody how their day was. Like, hey, how was your day? What happened with you? And then you hear things, and you know, I know it's sort of a cliche, but it is oddly comforting to compare how your day with how somebody else's went, and I miss that. Maybe that's why I like telling you how my day went. I didn't hear back from my lawyer today, which I thought was weird. Before a 3-day weekend, I should probably write a follow-up email just to check in. I didn't hear from my wife. I don't know if the registration for the car is around. I don't know at all what is going on. It's weird going into a 3-day weekend not knowing anything, not knowing what to say or how to respond. I know it doesn't matter. It's just sometimes hard to say it doesn't matter. I know it's Friday and I'm like, yay, the weekend, but I don't mind going to work. And I think I'm really lucky for that. And I need to, sure, I wish I made lots more money so that more of life felt possible and comfortable, but I think what it comes down to is how do I use the rest of my time in a way that's creative or profitable or whatever. I mean, kind of would be dreamy if people liked my videos and I could do that also. Yeah, strangely I feel more myself now than I did at any point at the end of last year. I think the having to teach, the having to perform has pushed me to be more who I like to be. I definitely changed a little after school and come down a little, but I think having to do a full day of being the teacher me, like it is a version of me I like. Caring and eccentric and creative and driving, and I definitely have standards. I think that's good. Somebody said that the other day. One student came up to me and showed me something they had done, and I told them, like, yeah, it's good, but, you know, you should go back and revisit this and fix that because that would make it better. And one of the students was like, how do you do that? Like, how do you tell somebody their work is bad and not make them feel bad? And I was like, well, I'm not trying to tell them it's bad. I'm just trying to show them how to make it better. And I think that's it. I don't have this, like, it'll never be good enough standard. It's more just like, I want you to make work you're proud of. I want you to do it better. We don't get a lot of chances in life to do it better in appreciable ways. So often there are just deadlines where things are due and you turn it in and it's done. Like the financial disclosures for my divorce. That was so much work, hours of work and research and printing and triplicates, and I don't know if I did it well. You know, nobody told me that. Like I did the work and I turned it in, and I don't know. You know, I don't know if it was good or not. So I would really like for someone to look it over and be like, you did a great job. This is excellent. Like this is, you know, this is A- disclosure work. You know, then I'd have a sense of where I stand. But you don't get that. Or when you do design work for clients and the clients are never happy, like you're pretty sure you did great work and they're just grumpy about it and don't want to pay. And you're like, well, did I do good? So in a learning environment, in school or when I take lessons, you know, for the horses, there's a standard. You have a teacher who's like, this is great. You should work on that. This is how to do it better. And I love that. I really do. A clear sense of better. So I try and give that to my people too. And they don't appreciate it now, but maybe someday they will. Or maybe it'll just elevate their standards or expectations of themselves to a level that they'll know they can do things that they are proud of. All right, I'm gonna shut this down so we can run and change and be back. I'll see you in a second. All right, that was a 3-minute quick change. Not bad, not bad. I got 10 minutes to get to therapy. I think I can pull it off. I'm excited. I'm excited to see her and talk and catch up, and I'm a little excited that presently I'm not feeling broken. I don't have a clear agenda of what to talk about today, and I'm wondering how it's gonna go. And I think what will be interesting is in the next clip, it will be after therapy, and I will have a sense of how it went. Well, it'll be interesting to talk to you and see what has come to pass in the next hour and 20 minutes or so. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. That was awesome. Yeah, that was really, really good. It's so funny the way the conversation goes. I started out by telling the story of you know, the guy snapping the picture of me last night and sending it to the unsuspecting woman. I'm guessing she didn't like what she saw because I haven't heard back, but she just thought it was a good story. So that was fun. I told the story of the pepper, and that led to a lot of conversation sort of on a metaphorical level, just about, you know, I think I framed it kind of negatively about going into familiar situations distrustingly, and she was talking about it more in terms of being discerning, and then told me all about the Live Like Larry episode of SpongeBob, which I need to watch tonight so I can relate to, but I'm looking forward to that. We talked some about the negative feelings that come up surrounding, you know, giving her my counteroffer, just because I'm really, really good at being accommodating. I spent the whole relationship doing that. It's my strength. Taking care of her has been wonderful. And what's happening now is the exact opposite, where we are adversarial. I have to do things I know will cause her discomfort. That doesn't feel good. I'm capable of it. It just doesn't feel good. That will be hard. We talked about the legal side of things a bit. I talked some about, you know, when I was a kid and relating the fact that with a dad like mine, being accommodating and dismissive of situations, just letting it go until it's time to fight. I feel very strongly about that. And that is the way I am. Like, if it doesn't matter, I'm not gonna fight for it, it's fine. If I want this food and you want that food, like, let's get the food you want, because it doesn't matter, that, like, it's fine. But if it matters to me, I'll fight for it, I'll speak up, I'll advocate, absolutely. And we just talked about the fact that growing up, the lines were probably more defined, whereas now, the lines are more blurry. In terms of what I should do, what I shouldn't do, how to be accommodating, or in the marriage, how to be accommodating of her, and now in the breakup, like being accommodating versus fighting, and how it's a lot more fighting. It is a lot more adversarial, and watching out for me because she's watching out for her, and it's not fun. It doesn't feel good. But it was nice. It's just hour and 15-minute conversation that goes by in a blink. You know, you go and you talk and you connect, and God, I look forward to it every week. It's such a wonderful experience to feel connected to somebody and to feel like you make sense, and to feel like you're not being judged, and to feel like somebody is listening to you and helping you think about it in ways that are better for you, and helping you frame things in ways that make more sense. And maybe you're approaching something negatively and there's a better way to do it that will make you better, and they're on your side. You know, no matter what, they're on your side. Like, no matter what, like, I'm not afraid to say anything in there because she's on my side. And I think that's why it's hard for me, because that's what my wife had in the relationship. I was on her side no matter what. No matter how bad anything got, I was on her side. I could put any of my own crap aside to help her be okay. Always. And I didn't necessarily feel that in reverse, but that was okay. I mean, I would like it all of the time, but I definitely had it. I just don't feel like it was unconditional. But I'm okay with that because I was stronger than she was. I am stronger than she is. I can take a lot more than she can. And knowing that, that's why this is hard. This breakup is hard because I'm capable of a lot of emotional things. I can carry a lot of burdens. I can take a lot of hits. I just can. But I am nearing my threshold. I've taken about as much as I can take from her, and that's when it breaks. That's when I stop. I've built up enough evidence in the case of her not wanting me, not loving me, not wanting to be around. Like, I'm starting to get the point that has been hammered into my head for months. Like, it's starting to seep in, and I'm like, oh, she doesn't want me anymore. And what comes with that is me not wanting her anymore. But what that means is I don't owe her anything. I don't have to give her anything. Like, all of my kindness and thoughts and energy and generosity and respect and all of that doesn't have to go to her anymore. It might still go to her, but it doesn't have to, because she's got none of that for me. And that's a much bigger loss for her than it is for me. I will ultimately be fine. Well, hi there. I'm going to get Winnie. I miss her. She's been alone for too much of the day. Poor little thing. I miss that face. I talked with my therapist about just moving into the new place. You know, she asked what I'm concerned about going forward. It's funny, when I talked about sending the counter offer, I said it's hard to do something to somebody that you have spent so long loving, knowing it's gonna spin her head around. She kind of laughed at that, at the term "spin her head around," but I was like, it's gonna upset her. Like, she's not gonna be happy to see what I'm asking for. Like, it's going to be bad. And just what an awful situation that is to be in, to have loved somebody so much for so long and knowingly do something that's going to upset them. It feels bad. Like, there's no other way around it. Who would want to do that? Who would want to hurt somebody that they have pledged to love for their whole life, who they've pledged to take care of? And we talked a little bit about that today also, just my confliction. And maybe it's not like a deep-seated confliction, but I am conflicted about this sense of I took vows and I promised to try, to fight and sickness and health, for better and for worse. And I fought last summer for her through a really low period after she got hurt. When am I supposed to fight through this, thinking she's just out of her mind? She's just off. She's just broken. She needs like guidance or a strong partner. Does she need someone to believe in her? And overwhelmingly, the answer I get from anyone I sort of ask that to is like, no. Look at what she's doing. No. And that just gets back to talking about the fact that I'm willing to work harder than most people for things. If I want it, if I believe in it, I will work, and I can take emotional hits. Like, I can try real hard for this relationship. But everyone's telling me, just let it go, man. Let it go. And I know I should, but there is that tiny little wonder of like, what if I just kept trying? But I think that's when you become the annoying guy. The one in high school when the girl says she doesn't like you and you're like, just let me declare my love for you. And they're like, stop it, you're a loser. I think that's the situation I'm in. I think if I persist, she's made it pretty clear. She doesn't want my love. She doesn't want my attention, affection, trying anything. She wants me out of her life. My therapist had a good sort of comment on the fact that she thinks reality is hitting more and more right now. And the reality is where I am now is what's real. She did break up with me. She did move away. It's over. She's just expecting me to follow suit, and I'm not going to do that. I followed her some of the way to what's real and broken. The extent that she wants me to willingly follow, I won't. And that's setting in. And she doesn't like that. I think that's about right. It was really nice to see the dog and pick her up. I think she's back there. Hey, Winnie. Try as I might to accept the fact that she might take the dog and try to convince myself that I'd be okay with that. The dog. Hey. I wouldn't be. I would not at all be okay. You can't just go get another dog. You know, people are like, so you get another dog. And no, you don't. When you love a dog, you don't just go get another one. You don't replace it. You know, for almost as long as I've loved my wife, I've loved the dog. Actually, at this point, I've had a longer relationship with the dog than I have with my wife. I don't know when. We probably have some kind of anniversary coming up, which is twofold strange. For her, how could she just give up a dog? She's had Winnie for more than a year than I've had Winnie. You know, or I've been with Winnie. She just gave her up. How do you do that? Honestly. Something about that girl makes giving up things seem effortless. And that would be a pretty spectacular... Hi, you cute little muffin. Oh, I love you so much. That'd be a pretty great day. Oh, God, I'm just filming. That was weird. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.